Hi, it's James from Hidden Depths Coaching. So my Monday clip today, what I thought I would talk about today is Hidden Depths' view on happiness, right? And for a long number of years, I really felt as if I got this happiness bit wrong, you know. And I used to go to loads of like workshops, and because I got myself in a bad place in life, and then all I wanted to do was be happy, get out of that place and be happy. So I went to loads of like workshops and seminars, and a lot of them were very good. But as I look back, I realised that most of my learning came after the seminars, because like when you go to these things, especially like years ago, they were very upbeat, very motivational, and they weren't as real as what they are now. People are telling us truth more. But back then things were just all about energy and all about motivation, and all about achievement and all about being successful. And you know, when you went to these seminars, you were surrounded by all these people that were all willing you to do well. And you were, willing them to do well. So in that environment, you felt fucking so happy. But then you would come back to your normal day life, and then you would start looking to life as if to say, this is wrong, and that's what's right. That's what happiness is. And you see people that'll maybe have the cover screen in Facebook of this perfect view, right? And all they look forward to is to getting to see this view, this holiday view. And and it's funny that when people actually get to what's meant to be the thing that makes them the most happiest, all they want to do is spend all their time sharing it with people. Sharing it with people on Facebook. Look at how happy I am, look at how great my view is, look at what I've got. And then obviously you've got all these other people that are now looking at this amazing view, thinking, God, life's so fucking great for them, and I'm shit, I'm going to work, I've got these hassles going on. So can you see how we're all getting this very misinterpreted view of happiness? Because I'll be quite honest with you, if the person who was looking at that view was that happy, they wouldn't post that on Facebook, they would just look at that view. So I probably spent a lot of years like that, like looking for happiness. It's like, looking for love in the wrong places, looking for happiness in the wrong places. And I even mind getting a new car about a year and a half ago. I'm ready to get a new one. And, getting things like that years ago used to make me feel, fuck yeah, check my new car, this is amazing. And I think I felt happy about that car for about an hour, and then that was it. Anytime I went in it afterwards, it still, it gave me a wee buzz. God, it's a beautiful car. But now, just a year and a half down the road, I think it was washed about fucking 8 weeks ago. It's because cars, yeah, they're nice, but they don't really do it for me. They don't make me happy, right? So my interpretation of happiness, and you probably noticed with my posts and stuff that I put on Facebook, I very rarely say how great my life is, because I think when you start telling folk how great things are, it makes them realise and look at their life and think it's not great the way it is. And what I would say happiness is, right? Happiness is progress. Happiness is knowing that you do the right thing. Happiness, I can mind coaching somebody, and they were into coaching themselves, and they said, they coach loads of people, and they says, it's like in the fitness industry, and they says, I'm there and I'm getting them motivated and I'm getting them up, and then I get into my car and I feel fucking terrible. So you'll look at all of this and you'll think that person is really happy, but deep down they're not happy. It's called faking happiness. You're like kidding on. So often the people with the largest smiles and the biggest laughs and make the most jokes inside aren't as happy as they would really like to be. So if you want to know Hidden Depths' model of happiness, and this is what I try and obviously coach and get out there, it's being honest with yourself, it's being truthful. It's realising that life is a bit of a game, and often in that game you've been dealt a hand. And sometimes that hand's better than others, but you know what? Happiness is making the right decisions with that hand. Happiness for me is, helping somebody out at the right time. Happiness for me is, you've just had a fight with your partner and you put it right. Happiness, as I say, for me is knowing that in the moment you have a choice no matter where you are in your life, you've got a choice. And you know, there is times, you know, more often than not, my life's going in the direction that I want it to go. But there is times like last week and even the beginning of this week, you hear such terrible news. You hear about, you know, kids losing their lives. You hear about people getting cancer. I've heard just the other day there that somebody I knew died of cancer, you know, a couple of years older than myself. And, you know, how can you find happiness in that moment? How can you find what people would perceive as being happiness in that moment? And, well, the way I find happiness is that I don't think about myself, you know. In that moment, what I think is, you know, well, you know, how could I help here, or could I say something to this person? Could I do something to make them feel a bit better? So, you know, even in the hardest times, even in the toughest times in your life, you can be happy. And I want you to think back and all the things in your life, like maybe a relationship that was really tough and you got out of it. That's a happy moment. The day you left that job, the day you moved on, the day you decided that that wasn't enough anymore, that's happiness right there, because you've made a choice to make life a wee bit better. And if you've got that model in your mind that as long as I'm making things that wee bit better, as long as I'm consistently, and sometimes you make it worse, but as long as your mindset is, as long as you consistently try and make things better, then that's happiness. But, you know, happiness isn't, you know, shutting out negative people or, you know, cutting everybody out in your life. That's not happiness. No, happiness is learning not to take it personally. Happiness is realising that maybe they've got something going on in their life that you don't know about. So yeah, you know, I believe life's a bit of a game at times, and, you know, happiness is learning how to play it. And, you know, it doesn't matter how tough the game is. Nobody wants to sit in the sidelines and just watch. You know, if anything was going on, if there was any game going on and you're sitting watching it, you only watch it for so long and then you would want to take part. And, you know, and that's what I believe happiness is. I believe happiness is taking part in life, you know, getting in about it and learning how to handle it. Learning how to handle it and realising that something that maybe 4 or 5 years ago would have really have beat you up, would have really have knocked you off your guard, that you handled in maybe a day or a few days or a week. You know, that for me is the happiness that we should all be searching for. The happiness we should be searching for is, you know, emotional and mental and physical strength, you know, that you know how to handle whatever situation comes your way. And, you know, you ain't going to go through your life without tough situations happening. And what I would say to you is to get a better muscle at dealing with tough situations. If you ever see a situation that somebody else is under that's tough, help them. Because the more you help them, it builds up strength for you when you need to deal with it yourself. And yeah, and I think, you know, a wee bit of karma. I think if the more you help people, then when you're in your tough spot, then the more people will help you. But yeah, that's you know, that's Hidden Depths' view on happiness. And yeah, I'm a happy guy. But, you know, if your happiness is locked into a moment, I have amazing moments, you know, you see the dogs playing or whatever, you're just like, wow, look at it, and you just stop and look at it. So there is loads of those moments that are great, but if you've linked happiness only into those moments, how often do you get them? You know, so I'll go back to it. Happiness, progression and doing the right thing. And if you know you've done the right thing, even in the toughest situation, you should be happy about that. So that's Hidden Depths' view on happiness. So if you want to be happy, just do the right thing. All right. Listen, next seminar, as I say, I think it's on, what is it, 2 weeks away? Yeah, 2 weeks away. So 3 or 4 tickets left for that now. So hopefully they go in the next 2 weeks, because I'd like a full house. But it is the day of the Celtic Rangers game, which I'm going to miss. First one ever. But anyway, this is your work, James. You go and get your work done. And I've got the one-day seminar in October, and I think that's down to about 15 tickets. So that'll probably be the last one of 2016 of the one-day workshop. All right, and the 5-day one is the 7th to 11th of November. If you really want to learn what happiness is all about and understand yourself, that's a workshop for you. Listen, have a great Monday, everybody, and be happy. All right, cheers, bye.